Girl, this tripod setup is not my aesthetic. Hey, what's up you guys? My name is Christo and welcome to Wacky Wednesdays here on Off the Clock. I'm sorry if this whole setup looks kind of weird, but I forgot my tripod at home this week, so I'm using a makeshift tripod on top of a bag. I'm not even gonna bother showing you because I'll probably mess it up. But this week on Off the Clock, we decided to do a Insecurities themed week where we tell you guys a little bit about our insecurities. But before we get into that, as you guys know, I give you a joke at the beginning of every video on a Wacky Wednesday. And this week's joke is, what kind of bagel can fly? If you think you know the answer to that, If you think you know the answer to that, give me a comment down below and stick around to the end of the video to find out if you are correct. So this is definitely a more serious topic video than we normally do here on Off the Clock, but I think it's definitely something pretty interesting and pretty cool to get to know about someone. I mean, you don't really know too much about us other than what we post online, and you may not know the things that make us scared or nervous or anything like that, so I think this will be pretty cool to know. I know I'm not alone in saying this, but I feel like so many people care about what others think of them. I rarely ever not like to be on good terms with someone, so usually I will do anything to make someone happy, even if that includes making myself unhappy, which is not a good thing, and that's completely wrong. You shouldn't care at all what anybody has to think about you, no matter what you do. You should do it because it makes you happy, and you should do it for yourself and no one else at all. And I think this kind of mindset can definitely start for a lot of kids when they're younger, and as they grow up, they tend to care more what people think about them. I know for me, this probably happened because as a kid I didn't have too many friends because everybody thought I was really strange and really weird. And I did have a few close friends who liked me for who I was, but on the overall, people thought I was strange and unusual, and after a while you get sick of that and you kind of just want to be friends with other people. So you start to do things that not necessarily make you happy, but make the people around you happy. There's not one single person on this earth who doesn't have an insecurity about something, and if they tell you that they don't, then they are just plain out lying to you, because no matter what, everybody has their own individual struggles going on that you may or not see every day. And even if you do know someone well and you think you know everything about them, you might not know what's going on in their life that you have no idea about. And because of this fear of wondering what people think about me all the time, it leads me to some uncomfortable situations, like I am not the best public speaker. Even though I'm pretty outgoing as a person, I don't really like to talk in front of people because I'm always worrying about what they're thinking of me, and I get extremely nervous, and that's one of my biggest challenges that I want to overcome as a person, because I have a lot of things to say and it sucks to be put on the spot and not be able to say things because you're so concerned about what everybody else is thinking about you. A lot of times I also fear what the future has to hold. I'm kind of a person who preaches to live in the moment, but sometimes I get caught up in things and I always am afraid of where I'll end up, or if I'll end up doing something good with my life, or if I'll ever be where I actually want to be. It's scary because you don't know what's going to happen a day from now, a week from now, a month from now. And sometimes it's hard for me to enjoy what's happening right now and not ponder and worry about the things that I may or may not happen, or the things that are gonna come in the future. But at the end of the day, every single person has their own struggles that they're going through, whether you realize it or not, and it's important to know that we're all the same. No one's perfect, and everybody has things that they're always gonna be worrying about, no matter what, and you just have to know it's okay to have insecurities. You just have to accept them and accept yourself for being imperfect, if you can accept that, because no one is ever gonna be perfect, no matter how hard you try. And we're always going to have things about us that bother us that when you say it to other people, they may think you're crazy, but you know the things that bother you. So if I could give you one bit of advice, if you have an insecurity that really bothers you, talk about it with somebody. You know, there's so many resources online, even through YouTube. If you just type something in, anything that you have going on, you'll most definitely find someone else with a similar issue that you can relate to and you can start a conversation with. Never keep everything bottled up inside, because that's the worst thing that you can do. So let me know in the comments down below, if you're willing to, what are some insecurities that you have. And the answer to this week's joke about what kind of bagel can fly is, Felicia, hit me on that drum roll. A plain bagel. Alright you guys, thank you so much for watching this week's video about insecurities. I will see you guys next Wacky Wednesday. We also have a huge announcement kind of deal coming up soon, so look forward to that, and thank you guys for sticking around. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't. You guys can also follow me on all my social media links down below if you want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram or anything like that, and I think that's it for this week. So I hope you guys have a fantastic week and stay awesome, guys. Bye!